welcome to Brooklyn Center High School. Doug Darnell Fields for the Centaur baseball team playing host to the Ogilvie Lions here in a non-conference matchup on CCX Sports. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Drew Keogh. And Drew, it's been a few years since Brooklyn Center fielded a varsity team in this sport, and they've taken some lumps this year, but there's only one way to get back into it, and that's to get out on the field, play some games. They're just trying to get a little bit better each day. They've had some lopsided losses, no doubt about it, but they're hoping to come out and just kind of get a little bit better each day, each week, and build a little bit.
Yeah, this is one of those programs that it's fun to see them get out here. They shouldn't be focused on winning or losing. They should be focused on showing up to the ballpark, having fun, and learning little things, getting experiences that other schools are able to offer their baseball programs. And this year they have the numbers, and they are able to field a team. They may not be the best. They're 0-7 thus far, but hey, I hope they're having fun and they get the opportunity to kind of learn the little things about baseball and the little things about being a part of a team and getting out here in extracurricular activities, which is what high school sports is all about.
Ogilvie coming in with a 500 record at 5-5, and their coach Benji Besser was saying that a few years back they were kind of in a similar spot, and he said the biggest thing that we've tried to do is get our youth program going a little bit so that there's opportunities for some traveling baseball at the younger ages, and they said they've been able to do that, and they've got quite a few younger guys that have played through those programs that are on their varsity team now. So they're still a program on the rise a little bit themselves, but trying to build some baseball tradition on their side too.
Yeah, so many schools and areas get so focused on winning programs, and that's what draws certain families away from smaller communities. And Ogilvie was probably dealing with that challenge where they probably had a decent amount of players for a while, and then people started to move out of the area. They lost interest in baseball, picked up other activities, and then they weren't able to field a really successful program. But it's good for them to keep that program alive. And again, it doesn't matter the level of talent for everybody. And not everybody's going to be the best team in the state. Not everybody's going to be the best team in the section. But for them to come out here and play their best and have fun is what's the most important thing for programs like this.
Looks like we're going to stay dry today. It's, again, not particularly warm as you walk out of the office or home to come to the ballpark. You're thinking, oh, it's not bad. And then you're out here for 10 minutes and you're already realizing that wind's a little bit brisk here. But I think by and large it's been a day that the players won't have too much trouble with. We haven't had any moisture today, and should be a decent day for this ball game and an opportunity to get it in. Kind of a thing too to play somebody that's not really from your area, that chances are you don't know anybody on the other team, and you may not have known where the other school was or anything like that. I think it's a little bit fun for that aspect of it for these both these teams as well.
Yeah, it's I remember playing baseball against some towns and teams when I was younger, and you get talking to these other guys and these gals and finding out what's it like to live around here and what's it like to live around there, and telling stories and what do you know about this school or that school. And for Ogilvie, they may not get the opportunity to come down to the cities that often with their busy schedules at this time of year. If they're focusing on graduation or summer plans, they got things in the calendar. They don't get a chance to come down to the cities and come down and play at Brooklyn Center, exposed to a little bit of the city experience, and talk a little conversation with these Centaurs and find out what it's like to live down here.
And Ogilvie, located kind of between Malacca and Mora off of Highway 23, central Minnesota, roughly an hour north of here. And they found the opportunity to schedule each other, and that's another thing that I think that's been different with COVID too, is that we've had more teams that have kind of had to do a little bit of scrambling for opponents at certain times too. So getting a little bit more of a cross-section. I mean, of course, early on it was let's not travel at all, let's make sure we don't do that. But as things have changed a little bit, teams have been able to schedule some from outside of their immediate area or outside of their conference and get an opportunity to you can work on some things too, maybe use people in different positions in non-conference games and that sort of thing as well.
And that's another thing to think about and take into consideration with sports this year. I mean, every school's dealing with it, and every school and every family deals with it differently. But, not every team is going to be staffed at 100% just because of COVID. I know we deal with it in Little League in St. Louis Park where, our numbers are down. I mean, they were down significantly last year. This year they're back up to somewhat close to what we expected, but a lot of families are still opting out, and they're being very cautious, and they don't want to put their children in these activities. But for these families to get out here and play baseball, that's sometimes a passion for a lot of families.
And take a quick time out here and come back. The umpire's about to meet with the coaches, we're hoping anyway, as Ogilvie and Brooklyn Center getting set to do battle here. High school baseball non-conference matchup here on CCX. And welcome back here to Brooklyn Center as we get set for this afternoon's contest here. And Ogilvie, of course, as the visitor. They are the Lions. They will be batting first, and their lineup for Benji Besser looks like this. John Brosh, the center fielder, will lead it off. Then it's Caleb Feldy, who's been red hot of late, they tell me, as the second baseman. Bo Burke will pitch and hit third. Wyatt Hines, the right fielder, hits fourth. Cole Hergis in left field hitting fifth. Then it's Landon Halverson, the third baseman. Owen Hines at first base. Alex Vandervet, who is the DH. And then Brody Milbrat, the catcher, hitting in the 9 slot for Ogilvie. Kevin Pittman, the Brooklyn Center coach. First time that they've had a varsity team since 2017. So he's first year with their program. And their lineup looks like this. Anders Rydberg at third base. Shortstop is Cam Dwarka. Nathaniel Rothstein at second base. Jesus Lopez is at first base. Gabriel Morales, Jacob Petros, and Byron Hawkins in the outfield. The catcher is Oscar Silva, and doing the pitching is Maya Brenny. So we'll get a chance to see her. Obviously, we don't see female pitchers or high school players all that often, Drew, but it's not terribly uncommon either, but it'll be interesting to see what Maya can do here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's fun to see her out in the field and playing with the boys. I mean, I was just saying off air earlier that my son's Little League team played a couple teams over the past week, and I think both of the teams had 2 girls, and the 2 girls on those teams were probably 2 of the most athletic kids on the team. And for a team like a program like Brooklyn Center, they're looking to field as many players as they possibly can. And she shows up to tryouts. You can't turn her down. You got to give her a chance to be a part of the team. And good for them to put her out on the mound and give her a chance to start against this Ogilvie team.
So John Brash will step in to lead it off here for the Lions. Play ball, says the home plate umpire, and we are about ready to go here. Little tapper on the first pitch. Rennie obviously doesn't throw that hard, but sometimes that can be tough to get used to.
Yeah, you get your expectations up, and you think I'm going to crush this ball over the center field or left fielder's head, and you get all antsy and jump at every pitch, and it takes a little bit of adjusting to sit back there and wait for that ball to get deep into your stance so you can drive it.
That one hanging high and outside, so a ball and a strike here to Brosh. He's a junior, but in his 4th year on the varsity level. So Ogilvie's not a particularly big school or big town. So if you show some talent early, you might have a chance to be on their varsity. One of their pitcher, Bo Burke, is actually his 6th year on their varsity. He played as a 7th grader.
Wow.
And he's mainly a shortstop, but does a little bit of pitching as a reliever primarily, but they're giving him the start today. That one just missing outside, 3-1.
Yeah, it's fun to track the careers of those young kids as they come up. I remember there was a kid for Lakeville North that I think he played in 12 straight state tournaments or something crazy like that. He was just part of winning programs and winning teams when he was really young and just kept that success going.
Jumps on this one, but out in front, drives it foul, so now full count. And John Jacobson from CCX had a chance to do a story on Drew Birkland at Wayzata. Just won a state title in basketball this winter. Won a football championship a couple of years back, and then baseball is actually his best sport. He's going to the Gophers for that. And in a school as large as Wayzata, you don't see that often anymore. There's a walk to Brash, so a good battle, but ultimately he will take a free pass, and Caleb Feldy is the hitter now for Ogilvie. Caleb, they said 10 for his last 12 is what the coaches came up with. That he's really been hitting the ball nice in the recent weeks. Runner is going. Pitch will sail up high, and easily trotting into second there is Brash.
I think if you're Ogilvie, you want to jump out early, and you want to take advantage of the small things early on to put yourself in a good lead so you don't feel like you're in a bad spot against this team at Brooklyn Center. But for Brooklyn Center, you don't want to worry about those little things. You want to go through the motions and execute things that you're supposed to do. You might not get them out, but go through the motions.
The ball's up high. And if you're Ogilvie right now, I mean, I think you kind of can read that BC is winless and all that, but you still have to play the game, like any normal game, at least at the start for sure. Knocked down to short. Here's the throw across. It's wide, and a run will score. As Dworka did a pretty good job coming up with that one, but then sails the throw wide of the mark. It'll be an error to score the first run of the game here for the Lions. Looked like he got his footing a little bit out of sorts there up the middle, just kind of stumbling. And then you see that throw was off the mark, and Bo Burke will be the hitter now for Ogilvie as they lead at 1-0. Goes outside and to the backstop as Feldy will advance on the wild pitch.
The other thing that's really tough for a Brooklyn Center team is with not too many people on the bench. Not every player on this roster is made to be a pitcher or wants to pitch. So, you got to get pitchers out there that are willing to throw pitches and kind of take the lumps.
That's a strike, although it gets away, and Feldy will trot over to third on the pass ball.
I think you're seeing Ogilvie, they're not being too aggressive out in the base paths, but you don't want to be unsportsmanlike and not be taking bases when you should be taking the bases, and you want to play the game like you should.
I know, and I was thinking that too, and eventually maybe you pull back on that a little bit, but it's more embarrassing if you don't go in that spot than if you do.
Yeah.
Burke jumping on this one out to left field, and that is going to fall in for a hit. Another run will score. Burke digging into second with a double. So a 2-0 lead here for the Lions as Burke got a pretty decent piece of this one. Morales misjudged it for sure, but I think it was probably going to be over his head anyway.
Yeah, he got a little bit inside on the hands, but he got decent enough contact that he got over the left fielder's head. He was in good position. You had him on the line in the right spot. He just kind of misread the ball. And that's what Brooklyn Center's, they're out here getting used to this stuff. They're go out there, get the experience, and, you're not going to win a state title this year, but, you got to build on things. You got to set examples so that the kids down in JV or the kids in the lower levels realize that there's an opportunity to play baseball here at Brooklyn Center, and they stay interested in the program. And that's kind of the challenge for coaches. He's got to say, hey, kids, we might not win this game, but let's go out there, try, have fun, and kind of execute on the things that we can.
Wyatt Hines fouling that first pitch back here for Ogilvie. Now knocks it down to short. Dworka unable to come up with it. Burke will stay at second. E6 will allow Hines to reach, so runners at first and second, nobody out. Cole Hergis will be the batter. And that one outside, and the runners are going to move up. Hergis, one of those young guys that, you know, as we said, as they're building their youth program, has been a guy that was part of that. And a strike. Brenny getting a little benefit of that out there. Hergis probably going, are you sure? And that one just missing, so a 2-1 count here. That one hangs up high. 3-1 here to Hergis, the left fielder for Ogilvie, with Landon Halverson waiting on deck. Foul tip there.
It's an anxious swing there. I really want to get a good swing on a pitch that was low and outside of the zone, but wanted to put the bat on the ball and just missed it. It's kind of one of the things, if you're Ogilvie, you don't want to be too aggressive and swing at really bad pitches, but anything close you should be swinging at, and you also should be on top of that plate, because you know anything that if you get hit, it's not going to hurt, but you're able to cover the outside part of that plate. Whereas when somebody's throwing hard, it's a lot more aggressive to get inside on that plate and take a pitch to the ribs or something.
Driven foul down the left field side there, and couple runs in already for Ogilvie, and they've got runners at second and third, nobody out. Cole Hergis with a 3-2 count here. Maya Brenny trying to get that all-important first out here for the Centaurs. And that one was in on the hands a little bit, fouled back. And that one hangs up high, and that'll be a walk for Hergis. Second walk issued by Brenny here. So they're loaded up now for Landon Halverson, a third baseman. There's a strike.
Yeah, I think umpire's gonna give her that outside part of the plate, just out the zone, just to get these guys to start swinging the bat.
Down to third. Get a force play there, and then the throw across, not in time, but they do record the first out. Another run comes in as Hines is in to score. Halverson will reach on a fielder's choice.
One out at a time if you're Brooklyn Center. You just want to go one out at a time and get out of the inning.
Owen Hines will bat now. Another one down to third. And the tag made there, and the throw across is a double play. So back-to-back opportunities handled there by Anders Rydberg for Brooklyn Center, and they get out of it by turning the tag and then throw to first, double play. Let's get another look.
Yeah, nice play by the third baseman. Makes the quick decision to tag the runner and get a good strong throw over to first base to double him up and get out of the inning. You know, if he takes the time to go over to second base, he's not going to turn a double play. If he runs over to third base to force out, he's not going to get the play to make the double play either. He just wouldn't have time.
So 3 runs in the inning on 1 hit, a couple of errors, and 1 left for Ogilvie, as they will take a 3-0 lead here after the first half inning. And Brooklyn Center will get their first time up with the bats as they've got to feel good about getting out of that. And there's a case, too, where you tell that lead runner for Ogilvie, maybe made a little mistake. It goes against your nature, but you probably need to stop there to make sure you don't get tagged and at least allow that base runner, the batter, to reach first. Cam Dworka will lead it off for the Centaurs. Jacob Petros will bat second. Then it's Lopez, the first baseman. Rydberg, who made those back-to-back plays over at third. Then Oscar Silva, the catcher. Myron Hawkins in right. Maya Brenny, the DH. Nathaniel Rothstein at second. And Gabriel Morales in left field for BC. And then for Ogilvie, we've got Landon Halverson at third. Milbrat at short. Feldy at second. Owen Hines at first base. Turgis, Brosh, and Wyatt Hines in the outfield. Brody Milbrat, the catcher, and the pitcher is right-hander Bo Burke. As we said, 6th year veteran in their team. Has mainly been a reliever this year. He's a good wrestler and a good football player. He's going to play football in college at Northwestern in St. Paul. So Coach said he's definitely one of the better athletes they've had in their school in the last several years, and maybe one of the better ones ever, is the way that Coach Besser described him. He said he doesn't necessarily love pitching as much as he loves playing shortstop, but he's willing to do it because he's one of their guys with, that can throw a little bit.
Yeah, at these smaller schools, those standout athletes really carry programs, and it doesn't matter where they play in the field, they make a difference. And when they can pitch, it makes a lot more of a difference because they're able to throw strikes and throw pretty hard. It'll be a tough challenge for this Brooklyn Center team to face a pitcher at this level. And they don't know much about him, but a good chance to see a high-level pitcher for a small town, and something they can look at and say, hey, let's try and get to that level and see if we can beat these guys if we play them again down the road.
Cam Dworka will lead it off here for Brooklyn Center. First pitch hits him. Burke coming inside a little too far, and Dworka takes that one, and so a runner with nobody out for BC.
That one kind of caught him right in the shoulder and had a little zip on that fastball.
Yeah, it looked like the elbow on the second look there. I don't think he really wanted to take that one off the arm, but he did.
Hey, any way you can get on base, you get on base.
Jacob Petros, the batter, and that one is in the dirt, and that will allow Dworka to advance.
Cam. There you go, bud. You're good, bud. All you. Focus in. Nobody, Cam. Get your lead. Yeah, going. On it.
That one is inside.
Cody, what are you doing?
Everybody kind of just stopping there. I'm not sure. I thought that for a moment that might have hit him.
I thought it hit him too. It sounded like it hit him. He just wants to hit though. It's 3 straight balls to start the game, and
Burke
throwing pretty hard.
He throws hard, but he's been struggling to find the zone. That one is right over the plate.
Yeah, he took a little bit off that one and just grooved it right down the center of the plate.
Right there, Cam.
Fouled there off the little building here as Petros got jammed a little bit, but fought that one off nicely. So 2-2.
Yeah, and Burke again seemed to take a little bit off that pitch. It wasn't nearly as fast as those first 3 balls that he threw, and again hit the zone right down the middle and was able to get ahead in the count or even it up at 2-2.
And there's a called third strike as Petros will go down looking. 1 out here, and Jesus Lopez will be the batter now for Brooklyn Center.
Yeah, nice way to recover after those first 3 pitches to start the game for him. He comes back with 3 straight pitches right down to the zone and builds the confidence.
Lopez a rip and a miss.
Keep those eyes on that ball, kid. All you. Hey, 1 down, kid. That ball is way back. Get here, go.
And this one is hit pretty well out to center, but it's going to hang up, and then it's dropped. And there might be a play at the plate. Here comes the throw. Not in time, and Brooklyn Center on the board as Dworka will score. Lopez aboard on the error by the center fielder. And it's a 3-1 ball game. He hit the ball pretty decent, but Brash has this one measured and then just, I don't know, took his eye off it perhaps. It pops out of his glove. And then Dworka, I think, was kind of fortunate to score here. He was obviously stopping, and a good throw would have definitely had him, but didn't quite get him, and he didn't slide there either. That one almost cost him that run.
Yeah, I think it's going to go on the book for him, as he had a good read on that play, and he wanted to get in and score the first run of the game for BC. But yeah, he definitely would have been doubled up had that center fielder caught the ball. Fortunately for him, he did not, and he was able to just beat the throw at home.
And here's Rydberg lining one out to right field, and that'll be in for a base hit. So now making the turn and heading for third, and Lopez will be out by a mile there as Rydberg delivering a nice single, but the base runner Lopez cut down.
That's one of those learning things. You know, he goes through this motion, and he didn't pick up his third base coach as he rounded second base. He clearly had the stop sign, but he ran through it. He was easily out with a good throw over to third base, but coach at that point, he was like, hey, I told you to stop. And that's one of those things. It's a learning process. You can practice and talk about it as much as you want, but until you actually experience it, you might not get the impact 100%.
Oscar Silva, the batter. Trying to keep this inning going here. Centaurs now within 3-1. Ooh, and that one in the dirt, and Milbrat able to make a stop there. Been an interesting start to the ball game here. We've seen a little bit of everything.
Yeah, very interesting.
That went over the outside corner.
Yeah, Burke just needs to be throwing about 85%, and he seems to be throwing perfect strikes every time. And just, regain that trust in his defense and just kind of cruise through this game. But, if he tries too hard, he ends up throwing the ball in the dirt or outside the plate.
There's a strike at the knees to Silva. 2-2. You kind of alluded to it a moment ago, Drew. I think umpire early on is already sensing this one has a chance to be a kind of a long, drawn-out game. So if it's close, it's probably going to be called a strike.
Yeah.
There's a rip and a miss as Silva goes down swinging, and the Centaurs are done in the first. They do answer with one run, one base hit. There was one costly error for the Lions and one left aboard. After one inning complete, it is Ogilvie 3 and Brooklyn Center 1 here on CCX Sports.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here as we look at some of the crowd here. It's a little chilly out here, and 3-1 lead for Ogilvie after one inning here at Brooklyn Center as we get set to begin the second inning.
That weird time of the year where during the day it could be hot and warm, and evening it gets really cold, and sometimes it stays hot. You got to put the sunblock on and bring your blanket to the ball game. But it's fun to see everybody out here. Not a ton of masks, people keeping their space and being cautious, but it's great to be out in the ballpark. Got to say hi to Jeff in Port Angeles, Washington, watching this broadcast, and all the way out from the West Coast. Had a fan come in and say he's watching the stream and says it's first class, Wilcox. You guys put on a first class show. Very impressive. Getting that feedback from Port Angeles, Washington.
You see Vandervet getting set to lead off. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters for Ogilvie, and their first inning kind of changed in a hurry. It seemed like they were just going to, keep the train rolling, and everybody, but that double play to end. Well, first they got the force play at third, and then next batter also hit it to the third baseman, and it turned into a double play, and just like that, BC was out of it. And obviously that's the kind of thing that can give you a little shot in the arm and feeling pretty good about things.
Yeah, they really had a chance to grab a huge lead in the top of the first inning, but that double play to end the inning, the third baseman got him out of a jam. But Ogilvie, it'll be interesting to see how they adjust here. And second time seeing the pitcher, if they're more aggressive at the plate. When their first few batters got on base, they weren't really running too aggressively. But after giving that run in the bottom of the first, maybe they come out and be more aggressive at the plate.
Just missed there from Brenny, so 1-0 here to Vandervet.
2 on the line.
You're going to want to see where it goes. You got to see the ball into the bat. Watch the ball.
That's all right. We like that pitch.
Just a little bit high there, so 2-0.
Keep your eyes right there. Take strikes only.
And that one well up. 3 balls, no strikes here to the leadoff hitter in the second for Ogilvie here, Vanderbeck.
All the way back, Niner.
And there's ball 4, so Alex will draw a leadoff walk. Third walk issued by Brenny. And Brody Milbrat, the catcher, will hit here in the number 9 slot for the Lions.
Hey, back in the zone now. You're all right. You're all right.
Green, bro. You got green.
Come on.
Runner is going and easily takes second.
You gotta look. Hey, pitcher.
There's the strike.
Jay, I remember playing in some teams that weren't the best, and we were overmatched a couple times when we showed up, and it was maybe we were younger or smaller or whatever it was. But one of the things that'll be fun to see Brooklyn Center start to do is pay attention to what other teams are doing, especially this team that they don't know much about in Ogilvie coming down here. And watch what these other teams are doing so they can learn from these other teams and bring that into their program and their game.
Takes a bit of a bad hop there, and Milbrat is going to be safe at first. So runners at the corners now. Wasn't the easiest of chances for Lopez there, but probably have to call that an error. And so 2 aboard. You see that one took a little bit of a hop. Even if he feels that clean, I don't know that there's going to be a great chance of getting the out there, because it was a long run for Brenny to get over there, and it would have been a long run for the first baseman as well. Brash will be the hitter now. Runners at first and third. Runner from first takes off. Taken for a ball there, and they'll just concede that.
Good decision there by Brosh. I think you want to attack that ball up in the zone. Those are a little easier to hit for hitters, and they can usually drive them. But he saw his runner had a good lead and let him get down to second base, and now he has a chance to bring in 2 runners with the hit.
There it is. Drives this one well out to left center field.
Oh.
That should score a pair, perhaps. The throw comes bouncing in. Actually, it does not. It scores 1, as Vanderbeck will score, and they held up Milbrat at third on that play.
Good range by the center fielder there. I thought that was going to get over his head easily, but he almost tracked it down. I think he actually got a glove on it. Solid contact to left center field. Good run by the center fielder.
Yeah, he got a pretty good break. We'll call it a double out there, and Feldy will be the hitter now. So second and third, 1 run in. It's 4-1 Lions. That one is outside. Here comes Milbrat to the plate. The throw, not in time. I don't know that it was held, but it was going to be safe anyway there. And so it's kind of fun to see a catcher, maybe not the fleetest guy in their team, but he came chugging in. He was going to go for it. And he makes it.
Yeah, good strong slide. Didn't get the quickest break, but hustled down the line and beat the throw just in time. And that dust flies. That's one of those things for BC. It's, you know, you can practice that as much as you want, but until you do it in a game, it's just a different experience. And, you know, they executed it pretty well. They just didn't get the out. Don't worry about that. Move on to the next play.
Up over Feldy's head that time.
That's a little thing that I keep trying to teach hitters at the Little League level. It's hard to do, and I was terrible at it. But when you have a ball that's over your head, you want to get down, but you also want to bring that bat down so you don't leave the bat up and take a foul ball, or even worse, put it in play and assume that it's, you know, a dead ball, but you get thrown out at first.
And this one a little flare. Just out of the shortstop's reach, it'll score a run, as Feldy will be aboard. He didn't get a lot of that one, but he gets enough for a base hit. Brash will score on the play.
He says, that's a line drive in my book. That's a base hit. Keep that hot streak going. Yeah, shortstop just out of his reach, just about comes up with it. Good running there at their base by the runners. Wait to make sure that it gets down. Once it hits down, you bust home. He's fast enough to get that run in.
Burke, the batter, runner from first, is going as Burke turns out of the way of that one. Feldy advancing. 6-1 score. Burke had a double in the first inning. It was actually the only base hit that Ogilvie had in that inning, even though they scored 3 runs. Taps this one foul down the third base way.
Burke is kind of upset with himself. He knew that was a ball, but he had time to adjust his stance and take a good hack at it. He just didn't get the barrel of the bat on it.
Go, Bo.
Takes that one low for a ball.
BC, who wants one? Find a little pass. Here we go. Infield, make a little noise.
Swung that one maybe out of the zone a little bit there. Foul ball, 2-2.
Same thing as last strike. He knew it was probably going to be a ball, but he had a good read on it and wanted to crush it and just didn't get his barrel on it. And see if he can keep this bat alive and protect the plate with 2 strikes.
It's a little tapper, and it's going to stay fair, and it'll be a hit.
Oh, man, I don't think I've seen a ball land on the foul line like that inside the grass. Again, looks like a line drive in the book.
He'll get an infield single that literally went about 2 feet.
Like, if the chalk isn't laid that thick, that probably goes foul. But, yeah, it just kind of sits right there. And big spot here for Ogilvie to try and break this one open early on here in the top of the second. They had the same chance in the top of the first, but they're hitting to a double play, see if they can keep this inning alive and break this open early in the game.
Wyatt Hines, the batter, first and third. Still nobody out. 3 runs have come in at 6-1. They're going to throw to first, and almost got away. Ogilvie has pretty much been automatic to run in the first and third situation. And
it's the first time we've seen her pay attention to the runner, but that was good to see her get the ball over there and, you know, not make a terrible throw and give a chance for the first baseman to put a tag down, but the ball got away from his glove.
Not sending the runner this time, and it's popped up. Dwarka over there, and will make the catch for out number 1. Cole Hergis will be the hitter now for Ogilvie. See, Cole walked his first time up.
Come on, Cole, drive one here.
Runner is going from first, and Burke will easily advance.
Yeah, if they're going to give it to you, might as well take it. It keeps you out of the force out down at second base and, you know, gives you a chance to get 2 runs in here with the single.
And this one is stroked well into left field. That'll be down for a hit. 2 runs are going to score on the play as Hergis will dig into second.
Good base hit.
Solid line drive there. Bobbled a little bit in the outfield too, but definitely a base hit.
Yeah, one of the harder hit balls we've seen today. Squared that one up, drove it into left center field, and hustled down the baseline to get a double and got those 2 runs in.
And E7 to advance him to second there. So second error of the inning.
So formal.
Halverson knocking it down to second, bobbled there. Throw to first base is in time. Good recovery. They get the out there. Hergis will move over to third, but staying with it there was Rothstein.
Yeah, he's having fun. See, that's the kind of stuff. That's what sports is all about. It's not about winning and losing all the time. Just making the play and getting that out.
Did a good job of squaring it up too. So when it did, even though it got away from him, it didn't kick off to the side.
Kept him right in front of him. It's tough to always play that ball right. It's on the lip there.
Owen Hines will be the batter here for the Lions. He bounced into that double play that got BC out of the first inning. Otherwise, that first inning seemed like it was going to be much bigger than what it ultimately turned into, but they've gotten 5 in this inning, and another runner is at third if he can drive him in to short. Dwarka juggles it a little bit, throw across is still in time, and they get the out. So BC comes back nicely, although Ogilvie does get 5 runs in the inning on 4 base hits. There were a couple more errors for BC and 1 left aboard. As we go to the bottom half of the second, it is now 8-1 Ogilvie.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Got a new pitcher coming in already for Ogilvie, so the starter, Bo Burke, will just go 1 on the mound, and then he moves over to his more natural position, shortstop, and they're going to go to Wyatt Hines now on the mound. Wyatt was in right field, and I believe they've sent Bryce Nelson out there. So this might be kind of one of those games where you get a few different guys that you might need to pitch some opportunity.
Yeah, give everybody an opportunity to try things out and expose to different situations, and you never know what their conference schedule looks like down the road here in the next week or 2 before playoffs start, and see if this is an arm, give him a little confidence that maybe he comes in as a second or third pitcher in the section playoffs, and give him that chance to show that he can throw strikes and get outs. Probably on the all-hair team, I'd say.
There you see Burke, who's moved over to shortstop, which is his regular spot.
He's behind the pole. There you go. Just what are the odds that lined up perfectly for the shortstop?
BC will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up in the second inning, so they did score 1 run in the first. Byron Hawkins, Maya Brenny, and Nathaniel Rothstein, the scheduled hitters for the Centaurs.
Did you have hair like that growing up, Wilcox? I bet you did. Yeah.
Well,
no comment?
Yeah,
I had a mullet for a while. Mullets are coming back. We had We had a couple kids on the football team, flag football team, and like they went out specifically and asked for a nice fresh mullet, and it looked good. And a 7-year-old kid just running around with a sweet mullet.
Well, I would say lengthwise, yes, but not really a mullet. It was just like that
just
all
flow,
over.
Yeah, good flow. All right.
Hawkins will be the hitter now for BC, leading off the second. And first pitch over for a strike here from Hines.
For such he's a really stocky built guy. He doesn't throw that hard, but as long as he can throw it straight and over the plate, he'll be in good shape.
And got him to chase a little bit there. 0-2.
Rowdy crowd here.
Hawkins gets the benefit of the doubt there. Looked pretty good.
Eagle eye up there.
1-2. And there's a swing and a miss, and he'll go down on strikes here for the first out in the second inning. And now Brenny will show what she can do as a hitter, their pitcher.
You know, if you're BC, you want to go down swinging instead of taking pitches. So it's good to see him up there taking swings and trying to put the bat on the ball instead of just taking pitches.
There's a strike.
Especially on pitches that are close to the plate, if not for sure a strike. You know, even if you miss it, you go down swinging. You're not taking a good pitch for called third strike.
Yeah, that's the thing. A pitch, if it's close enough, it's a little off the plate, you can still make good hard contact with it. It doesn't mean that that you want to be hitting the pitcher's pitch all the time or whatever. But I agree. It's much better to err on the side of expanding the zone a little bit than standing there watching strike three.
And that's one of those things. Until you do it in the game, I play catch with my son all the time, and he's always, 3-2 full count, bottom of the ninth, seventh game of the World Series. I mean, you can say that, but until you actually get in that situation, you don't know what the pressure feels like.
Foul tip there by Brenny, so 2-2 count here to the DH for BC. Again, that's kind of a relatively newer thing where they're pitchers who are in the lineup, they can list them as the DH so they can stay in the batting lineup even when they're done pitching. Oh. Brenny goes down on strikes for 2 outs now, and Rothstein will be the batter for Brooklyn Center.
Kind of looks like Pee Wee Reese with these pants. I like that socks pulled all the way up and baggy pants still. It's a good look.
And a hit well out into left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Rothstein had a pretty good play in the field, and now he delivers the second hit of the game for the Centaurs. Just a little bit of a line drive over shortstop, and it falls in.
So you get your foot on the bag, get your foot in the bag. That's awesome. I mean, that's what it's all about. Smiles and faces. You might be down 8-1 in the second inning, but solid contact. Drives it to just over the shortstop's head. Gets over to first base and puts his hands on his head, and time to smile.
Morales will be the batter now. The Centaurs left fielder. There's a strike.
Eyes on the ball and the runner, bro. Nice job.
No, Brett making a stop on that one. Swing and a miss as that one was low, but Milbrot able to stop it.
Good job, bro.
Yeah, nice job to use that chest protector and block it and keep it in front, not let it scoot by him.
I think that one stung a little bit, but that's catching's not an easy position. On the plus side, though, you're very involved in the game. I mean, that one fouled away off the catcher. It can be a difficult job, but also you really get to be involved in the action, the pitcher and catcher, more than anybody on the field.
Yeah, you're always in every pitch. You're involved. You kind of have control. You're looking over the coach about what pitch to call, and as long as the coach trusts you, sometimes you can call the game yourself, which is a lot of fun.
Just missed with that one, 2-2. That one is inside and gets away, and Rothstein will be able to advance. Kind of a tough one for the catcher because you're feeling that it might hit the batter, and it's hard to track it when it just misses him. You're kind of caught there.
Yeah, you just kind of put your glove up there and hope you catch it in the pocket, but most often it kind of bounces off.
Full count pitch coming here to Gabriel Morales. And that is up high, and this one goes through Milbrot's glove as well. So a walk for Morales, the number 9 hitter, after a couple of Ks to begin the inning. Now Hines running into a little bit of difficulty, so runners at the corners, and Dwarka will bat, the leadoff hitter for BC. Milbrot giving signs as far as what they're going to do, I think, if that runner moves from second.
I've ever seen a catcher throw off his glove to give signs like that.
Well, and the way that last pitch went through it, I thought he was taking it off because he had a problem, like the lace had come loose in the webbing or something. I thought he was going to do a little glove repair, but instead, yeah, like you said, using it to have both hands available for the signs. Pitch is outside. Runner is going from first. They try to throw down there, and this should bring a run in. Rothstein coming to the plate, and he will score the second run of the game for the Centaurs. So a stolen base and then E2 on that throw.
Yeah, I think a decent throw gets the runner out there, but it was way up the second base side and scoots out in the right center field. Allows the runner from third to come in and score the second run of the game for Brooklyn Center.
Inside with that one at Dwarka, turning out of the way.
Doing anything you can to get on base, the dugout says. He says, I already took one.
Comebacker here. And Hines will flip to first, and they get Dwarka 1-3. Centaurs do score another run, though. 1 run, 1 base hit. There was 1 error committed and 1 left aboard. So 2 full innings here. It is 8-2 Ogilvie here on CCX. Welcome back here to Brooklyn Center High School along with Drew Keogh. I'm Jay Wilcox. Thanks for joining us for high school ball on CCX. Brooklyn Center, if you're just joining us, fielding their first varsity team in a few years since the 2017 season. So they're having a tough go of it, today and this year, but it's fun to see little things that have worked out well for them. I mean, turned a a double play, and they got in a couple of hits, and they got in a couple of runs. So Ogilvie, though, leading this one by an 8-2 score as we go to the top half of the third. It'll be the 8-9-1 slots for Ogilvie as Alex Vanderbeck, the DH, will lead it off here. There's a look at Benji Besser, the Lions head coach.
It's a fierce-looking lion logo. I like that one.
Yeah, it is. And today is when I really learned what their mascot was. I'd heard of the town and the school, but did not know they were Lions. So Vanderbeck will step in. He had a walk his first time up last inning. Little tapper in front of the plate. It's going to be a tough play. And Vanderbeck will easily beat that one out for an infield hit. That one went just a little bit farther than the previous infield hit we saw from Feldy.
They're going to go home, go back to school tomorrow and say, boy, we were ripping the cover off the ball. They're going to go back and watch the replay. And kids, we barely even hit the ball in the infield half the time. And again, I think it's just being really ultra aggressive with a pitcher who's not throwing as hard as maybe they're used to, and they're trying to jump on pitches. That's one of the things I'm trying to work with my kids and my little league teams. You get so anxious when you see that ball, and I did it too when I was young. Is you want to just drive it and hit it as hard as you can. But when you watch really good hitters like a Freddie Freeman last night, he crushed one to left center field, and the ball was so far back in his stance, and that power comes from when the ball is back in your stance and you're able to square it up.
Throw to first, and that one sails as it looked like Brenny, her foot got caught a little bit as she tried to pivot, so that'll be an error on the pitcher that allows Vanderbeck to move up to second. Brody Milbrat will be the hitter. Yeah, you could tell that her follow-through was not true because of her foot kind of stumbling there. There's a cut and a miss at a pitch that was low. That one hangs up a little bit high. Nice catch by Silva there, and that one was behind the hitter.
Yeah, good range from the catcher there.
2-1 pitch missing inside, so 3 balls and a strike now to Brody Milbrat. Top of the order due next for the Lions, John Brosh. And that one hits him, and there was a case where you definitely were taking one for the team there. You knew that was going to hit him.
He does not seem to be in the best of spirits right now. I don't think it had anything to do with getting hit with the ball there. I think he was just waiting to get hit. The previous pitch, he kind of just sat there and was kind of waiting for it to hit him, but it didn't hit him. That one, he just kind of sat there and took it. Could have moved out of the way and took ball 4, but decided to take the hit.
So Brosh will be the hitter. He walked, and then last time up doubled. It's the sun coming back out full briefly. All of a sudden, it's bright. That one's outside for ball 1. Pop foul. That one's going to get back out of play.
Yeah, the third time through the order here, you see him moving way up in the box. balls in there a little earlier so they can jump on it. They're not too far out of the pitch, but still got to be patient. Still got to. I mean, when you're sitting on the dugout and you see these pitches coming, you get anxious and you say, "Oh, I want to get up there and hit the ball." And then when you get up there, you jump on the pitch, and then we've seen a couple of these balls just kind of trickle out of the batter's box.
And this one lifted to short left. And the catch made by Morales for out number 1. Unlike earlier in the game, the sun all of a sudden became an issue, and he did a good job to stick with that one.
You can tell at the end he kind of just bailed out and realized he had the ball, but that ball straight up in the sun. Great catch by him to stick with that ball through the sunlight, using that glove and his hat as a little shield, and I believe that he caught that one. Nice catch.
Caleb Feldy, the hitter now for Ogilvie, and he's going to drive one a long way to right field. And that one is going to bounce all the way out near the fence.
He might catch his lead runner. Oh, he's sending him.
Run scores, and here comes another. That'll be 2 runs in on the play for the Lions. Vanderbeck scoring easily, and Milbrat, we saw him earlier, not, he's kind of the typical catcher, not the super wheels, but they sent him anyway, and Feldy will wind up at third.
That was a really well hit ball to right center field. Good hustle around the bases by everybody for Ogilvie there to get those 2 runs in.
Bo Burke will be the batter now, the shortstop. Nice job by Silva to range out and grab that one. So 1 out, a couple of runs in, and now a runner at third. 10-2 lead here for Ogilvie. Pounded to third. Might have a play at home. Nope, we're going to throw across to first. It's not in time. And Feldy will score on the play. And give that one as an error at third. Actually, he should have really come home with that ball. It would have been a lot closer throw, and obviously Wyatt Hines will be the batter now for the Lions. And he smokes this one out into left center field, and that'll be down for a hit. Burke digging. He may go. Burke being sent home, and that throw missed the relay cutoff man, so Burke will score easily on a double for Hines. They started to time things up a little bit better now.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, it's not always easy to get in there and face somebody who throws slow. You got to adjust. And the second, third time around, they're starting to hit the ball a little harder and moving up further in the box and squaring these balls up pretty well now.
So Hergis will step in here for Ogilvie, and a rip and a miss at that first pitch. See, he's had a good start to the game so far. Hard hit ball past third.
Gotta get that. Good reactions, though.
Oh, he's being ruled out. He must have been stepping on. Not sure exactly. He must have been on the plate when he hit that ball, or out of the box, or.
Wow.
So Halverson will be the hitter.
A foul ball, is that even an out? He didn't argue or anything. I was kind of interested.
Halverson popping it up. And the catch made, so the Centaurs get out of trouble here in the third. 4 runs in the inning on 3 base hits. A couple of errors committed by Centaurs as we go to now the bottom of the third, and it's 12-2 Lions.
sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Another new pitcher coming for Ogilvie as Landon Halverson will take the mound here. They've used each of their their first two pitchers for 1 inning apiece. Colby Milbrat is the third baseman now. I guess he was previous to after he moved over there after Burke went to short. 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the Centaurs in the third. Petros, Lopez, and Rydberg, the scheduled batters here for Brooklyn Center. Kind of finalizing any changes made there for Ogilvie.
Softball 7x3.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it's an opportunity to, non-conference game, an opportunity to give players a chance to play different positions and move around. And Jay, another compliment from this time from Whitefish, Montana. You guys are all over the world in this stream. Again, first-class production. They said Doug out in Whitefish says having fun watching Brooklyn Center take on Ogilvie here. So you gotta be something you guys should be proud of at CCX. You got all these people in Port Angeles and Whitefish. Maybe you should get an invite out there. Do a game out there this summer. Whitefish sounds like a fun place. Didn't you work in Montana?
I did.
Yeah.
Petros, last time up, took a called third strike, and he will be the first hitter to see Halverson. And just watching warm-ups, Halverson has a little bit of a breaking ball where we didn't really see that from either of their first two guys.
Yeah,
so
we haven't seen a breaking ball at all today, and he's got a sharp breaking ball.
Now, whether he can put it over the plate kind of remains to be seen, but it definitely had a little break to it for sure.
Get ahead, stay ahead.
And there it is, rip and a miss. That one's high and tight, 1-1.
Long-term goals, remember. Pick one out, 20 all you.
And that's outside again. 3 balls and a strike as Halverson having a little trouble putting the ball where he wants to this first hitter he faces. And that one's way outside for ball 4, and Petros will draw a walk to lead off the third here for Brooklyn Center, and Lopez will step up.
Yeah, good at bat there. That first pitch caught him off guard outside corner of the plate. Decided to move in a little bit, and then almost took one to the chin or the shoulder. But decided to lay off a couple close pitches, and that last pitch not close. Easily gets himself down to first base.
So already a little conference here. Halverson, not sure. They might be. Are they thinking of lifting him already?
Switching already.
I don't know if he's maybe had a little bit of an injury, possibly.
You're switching catchers too. Double switch. I don't know what's going on.
Halverson's going over to first base, it looks like. Bryce Nelson heading over to third.
think he just got sick of, let's change catchers and pitchers. And
Gotta believe after just one batter like that Halverson maybe either hurt something or had a little bit of an injury that, otherwise I can't imagine how they would say that. I've seen enough after one hitter like that.
Come on out and give it a shot, and if you don't feel well after a batter, we'll pull you, kind of thing.
Kind of looking that way. So we'll take a time out here. We're not really even sure who's going to come out and pitch right now, but somebody will. Warm-up's coming as we step aside for a moment here. It's 12-2 Ogilvie over BC.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Brooklyn Center, and it's going to be an all-Milbrat battery here now as Brody moves from catcher to pitcher, and Colby Milbrat will now be the catcher for Ogilvie as only one batter faced for Halverson, who will stay in the game at first base, and you kind of have to figure that he must have had something not quite right physically. I can't imagine that you would take somebody out after just one hitter like that if not for that, but obviously he's well enough to stay in the game anyway, and it may have been the slowest position change in the history of baseball. It was a good 10 minutes to change one spot. And so Lopez will get set to check in here for Brooklyn Center.
Need some music here, ballpark music or something.
I gotta say a little bit of this on umpire too. If I'm umpiring,
you gotta push people to go.
Let's go. I don't care if you haven't had your warm-up toss or whatever. It's gonna take that long.
Agree.
So Lopez reached on an error on that ball that the center fielder dropped his first time up. Takes that one for a ball. That one at the knees for a strike.
I mean, if you're Ogilvie, you're up 10 runs here in the third. You just want to just keep throwing fastballs, keep throwing strikes.
Cut and a miss there by Lopez, and it's 1-2.
That's fun to hear from coaches. Just, hey, have fun up there.
Cut and a miss on a high fastball there for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third, and Redberg will be the batter now for Brooklyn Center. He had a single his first time up. Look, as Lopez maybe helped him out a little bit. That pitch looked like it was probably up out of the zone. First base, and Petros goes diving back. Throw was a little bit high there, otherwise it might have been somewhat of a close play.
Got the jersey dirty, that's good. A lot of room back there behind first base, so if that ball gets by him, he's easily to second, if not third.
Runner is going. The throw down is going to be in time to get the out.
Hey, worth a shot. Have some fun. You know, you're done 10 runs. Have fun. Try things. Not the quickest of jumps, and good strong throw down to second base. He almost slid under the tag, actually, because the second baseman kind of just nonchalantly tagged him.
I know. I would be getting on Feldy if I were in the Ogilvie staff there, as he really put that tag on up high, just kind of nonchalant. It's hard to call somebody safe when the ball beats him there by that much, though. I mean,
Yep. You don't want to see a second baseman come down there and put a really hard tag when they're up 10-2 or 12-2 in the third.
now 3-1.
Definitely chilly when that wind picks up and that sun's behind those clouds. Glad I wore my long underwear. You forgot your blanket in the car, you said?
Yes, I did.
Jeez, Wilcox.
And that one's up high, so Rydberg will draw a walk. He's been on twice. And now Oscar Silva will bat here with a runner on first and 2 gone for the Centaurs. So he had a strikeout in his first time up. He's done pretty well behind the plate, it feels like, in this game. He's had some nice plays. That one's over for a strike. Now 1-1 here to Silva. Had a big rip but didn't get it.
Oscar, gotta go a little sooner, all right? All you want, 3.
Outside with that one, and Colby Milbrat ranging over to make that stop. And a swing and a miss. He was unable to hold up on one inside, so Centaurs are done in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 left aboard. We've finished 3 now, and it's Ogilvie leading it by a score of 12-2. -2 score here in favor of Ogilvie as we head to inning number 4 here at Doug Darnell Field, Brooklyn Center High School.
Not the most common of box scores there.
No, again, a little bit of everything, as we said in the early going in this one. Brenny will still be out there on the mound for BC. She will see the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for the Lions. Nelson in there in that 7 spot now. As they had a few changes, obviously, when they've been making pitching changes, so it'll be first at bat here for Bryce Nelson, who came into the game and has played actually a couple different positions defensively.
Hey, low high go. Starting too high. Your eyes on it. I think you maybe
So here we go with Nelson stepping in there. Takes ball 1. And that one way up high, 2-0.
You still want to show good plate discipline here. You're up 10 runs against a slower pitcher than you used to, but you don't want to be chasing pitches that are out of the zone and creating bad habits.
Tapper to third. Here's the throw across, not in time, and Nelson will beat it out. Fielded cleanly, but it just took a little bit long, and Nelson just beats it. So Vanderbeck will be the batter here for Ogilvie.
Not the hardest of hit balls, but good throw over there. Just didn't have enough meat or juice on it to beat the runner.
Oh, and we see in the replay that they said that the foot was off the bag there too. I'm not sure. I don't know that the ball beat him either way though. He flipped to first. Ooh, almost got away.
You know, if Ogilvie can turn the lineup over and get to the top of the order, that's where they've been able to do their damage, and it'd be tough for Brooklyn Center to hang on to this one if they do get that lead off top of the order to come up here in the top of the 4th.
Another tapper to third, and this one an even tougher chance, and no way to get a play there. It'll be an infield hit as Vanderbeck. That's the third time that they've had one that's just been a little dribbler. That one went a little bit farther, obviously, but so the pitcher, Brody Milbrat, will step up now for the Lions. 2 on, nobody out here in the 4th. Looks at that one up high and out of the strike zone. That one's behind him, and the runners will move up.
Hey, we're still late. When this goes up, you gotta start moving now.
Yeah, and you can see Ogilvie coach saying, hey, we're still late. You know, they're trying to work on the fundamentals here. They're working on the little things. When that pitcher brings their leg up, they want to be getting that secondary lead, or that initial lead, so they can get a good read on the pitch here. And if it gets by, they should be able to easily break for that next base.
Takes that one for a ball.
Yeah, Milbrandt, he's just kind of up there waiting for that pitch to hit him in the shoulder again. Hopefully he gets one to swing at here.
And that one is ball 4.
And this is where Ogilvie has been able to do their damage. They got the bottom part of their order on bases, and now the top of their order gets up here, and see if they're 4th time through this order, used to the pace of this pitch, and see if they can square up a few pitches and really blow this game open.
John Brosh stepping in here. They're full with nobody out. And takes a first pitch strike. That one stays up high, so 1-1. And There's strike two. Braj thought about it. He was ready to go, but watched it drop over the inside part of the plate. So 1-2. Knocks this one down to short. Gorka's going to go to third with it. They'll get an out there. Run scores, but they at least get the closest out. That was definitely the play to make there. Go the shortest path to get the out. 6-5 on the put out there. Brash aboard on a fielder's choice and gets an RBI. And Feldy will be the hitter.
This has been the big hitter of the day. He's driven a couple balls and been on base a few times. He's stayed hot, as Coach said, coming in pretty hot. He stayed hot today.
Watches that one outside.
You gotta get a good jump, so they have to go to one.
Let's go, Caleb.
That's what the force. Come on.
And take a look at two.
Feldy hit that ball out to right center last time. That may be the best hit ball of the day. It turned into a triple. And throw to first.
Yeah, non-traditional pickoff at first with the runner on second, but hey, try and catch him sleeping.
Go, Caleb. Guy on second, don't need to. Go, baby.
Pops it up.
Infield fly.
Brenny will make the catch, so 2 gone now. And Bo Burke will be the hitter for Ogilvie.
Everybody, keep pitching. Whoopsies. 79.
Drives this one out to short center. And that one is going to fall in. Run scores on the play as Brody Milbrat comes across. Just put that one up in a spot where nobody could really get there.
You know, it's high up in the air, but not the hardest hit ball. And just over the shortstop and in front of the center fielder, works out just well.
Wyatt Hines will be the batter now, as you can another look at that one, just kind of dropping in the middle of everyone.
Gabriel, in 4.
Watches that one sail up high. Pitch inside. Runner from third will not come home, but Burke does move up to second.
Yeah, it's just a good display of sportsmanship there by Ogilvie. You know, you want to send the runner down, get past the catcher. Don't want to send the runner from third down. You're already up 12 runs here.
Oh, they're saying it hit the batter. So Hines will be aboard on the hit by pitch there. discussion here, I think, basically boils down to just did this hit the batter?
Or, I don't know. Catcher's interference? Who knows?
Yeah, I think he must have called hit by pitch.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Now the umpire is discussing a little bit here as well.
I mean, let's not really make this groundbreaking decision here. It's should we just tell them that we looked at the replay and they hit the glove, not the kid. Good discussion here. Good discussion here by Brooklyn Center coach.
Now they're going to bring him back and say it didn't hit him. But here's my point. Well, you really shouldn't force the runner back to first then, if it truly wasn't a dead ball.
It's true.
But I don't think at this point anybody's going to get too wound up
in
about
replay
it.
here. Look at this. Look at this crew. Oh, it did catch the front. I think it caught the front leg.
Yeah, it's still hard to tell. And you do remember that the uniform is considered a hit pitch. I mean, if it hits his pant leg. But now pounds one to third, and that one will get through, and a run will score.
Horses and 2 outs. What do we do?
So Hines will reach on the error there as ultimately Burke gets to second where he was going to be anyway there, right? And
yeah.
Although at least in this case, Hines got to, get the ball. And then it's Cole Hergis driving one out to center, and a nice running catch there. Whew, nice job to stick with that one. As Morales over there in center now making that catch, and they get out of trouble. 3 runs added here for Ogilvie, as the Lions now leading it by a score of 15-2.
Nice catch.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
And we go to the bottom half of the 4th here at Brooklyn Center. Hawkins, Brenny, and Rothstein scheduled to bat for the Centaurs, and for the first time, we don't have a new pitcher. As they're sticking with Brody Milbrad, who came on in relief actually in that 3rd inning and finished it off with getting out of trouble. He had a couple of Ks and then also a caught stealing mixed in there, so he's going to get an opportunity to stay out there. And again, throwing to his brother here as Colby Milbrat behind the plate.
Yeah, got to be fun for the parents to come down here if they're able to make it to the game, watch the pitcher-catcher duo of the brothers out there playing some catch and having a successful day on the Brooklyn Center home field, and a good spot to get a win today. But for Brooklyn Center, like we said at the beginning, they're not the best team, but it's about having fun, getting out here and doing things. And that's what we saw at the end of that last inning, that catch by the center fielder. He was a little not surprised, but he was excited that he caught the ball. And he did a big celebration jump as they were coming into the dugout, and the fans were cheering. And, it doesn't matter if you're down 13. Celebrate the little things and build on those little things. Have fun.
So Hawkins will step in. He struck out his first time up. That one way outside. Milbrat able to backhand it. Same thing on the second pitch, 2-0.
Another nice scoop by the catcher.
Take a few swings off the tee. Okay, and if you're good to hit, then you'll hit, and then we'll just put it right up for you.
That one's over for a strike, so 3-1. Close pitch taken for a ball, and Hawkins will be aboard here to begin the bottom of the fourth. And Brenny will be the hitter. Ooh, and that one hits her. Shoulder, it looked like. So Brenny in a little bit of pain, but I think she's really glad that hit her shoulder and not, in the face there. As it kind of, it's that realization that, oh my God, it's coming right at me here. And
pitch and change.
So Brenny will stay in there, and we do have another pitching change though for Ogilvie, as Caleb Feldy will move over to the mound. Nobrat's going to go over to third base here, so we will step aside here as Feldy takes his warm-up tosses here. 15-2 lead for the Lions here on CCX.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high.
Oh.
Feldy's first pitch to Rothstein is way outside, and wild pitch will move the runners up here. Daniel Rothstein, who had a single his first time up for Centaurs. You see Feldy coming in. That one over for a strike. Fifth pitcher for the Lions. And that one in the dirt, and nobody couldn't find it, but Centaur's not going to gamble here. And there's a little soft liner to second. They'll get the out, but then the throw over to third is wide. Play at the plate coming. No, not on target. Now there's a chance at third. Safe there as Brenny gets in.
Oh, good heads-up baser. I think she did that on her own. I don't think Coach was watching that, but there was nobody covering third base, and third baseman had run over to the fence to pick up that loose ball. The pitcher was staying on the mound. Shortstop didn't move his feet. That's one of those brain moments where coach is like, hey, you got to be moving. When that ball's in play, you got to be covering a base somewhere.
Boy, this one changed in a hurry because for a moment you thought they might double him up, but then the throw is poor. Not a great jump home, though, and then they try there, and all of a sudden everybody's moving about.
Yeah, she did that all on her own. She ran. She realized there was nobody covering third and said, I'm going to give it a shot.
So Morales, the hitter here for Brooklyn Center. There you see a close play at third. There's a strike. So an error on the second baseman on that throw across, which allows the run to come in on that previous play after making the catch. Three balls and a strike now to Morales. Brooklyn Center trying to get a little rally going here. I mean, obviously it's still a very long hill to climb, but you know, you kind of go one at a time here and try and keep reaching base and put in a run or two across when you can. Cut and a miss there, and now the count running full.
Yeah, they're not really in a position to be worried too much about what the opponent's got on the scoreboard. They're just focused on keep adding to their score as much as they can.
Is outside, and Morales will draw a walk.
Hey, way to get off base!
So first and third, one out as we turn over to the top of the order now, and Dwarka will be the batter for Brooklyn Center. This Milbrat kept his glove on to give those signals.
Good? Let me know. Yeah, one. Gotta look in your glove. Go, Cam. Yes, sir. Leave that up there.
Way up high here.
Who's on deck?
Marvin, you're on. Jacob, are you batting or not?
Hey, sir,
Hey,
we're
Marvin,
learning.
you're on
Sir,
deck.
we're learning. Good, let's go. You're on deck, right?
Almost hit him. Running from first is going. And that throw will get into center field, and Brenny will come in to score.
Sir, how many outs?
Yeah, good strong throw on the second base, but just got by the infielders there and allowed the runner from third to go down. Just trying to get to third here.
Now going to third, and this throw is going to be in time. So Milbrat did a nice job staying with it. Morales getting aggressive down there, but thrown out trying to steal.
Yeah, good aggressive base running, having fun, trying to take some bases. Good tag down there by the third baseman. A good quick tag.
That one's a strike. Another look at this one, and
quick tag.
Yep, just did a good job. You put it down and let him slide into it there as long as you got a good hold on it. It's the right way to do it. That one way outside, and Dwarka will draw a walk.
All right, Marvin!
Hey, hold on. Mark, step out. Yeah. Who are you in for?
Got a pinch hitter here for Brooklyn Center as Marvin Perez is in, or he may not be. I think he may have come in defensively. I apologize. It's hard to tell in that outfield as Petros was no longer in center on that running catch that we saw from Morales. So Perez is first at bat anyway here. Cut and a miss.
Hey, Marvin, make sure it's rolled out. Okay? Marvin, wait back, kid. Wait back.
Hey, good eye, good eye!
What's that, 1-1?
All you, baby, pick one out.
He's been taking a beating this, and a few balls down in the dirt. I think the previous batter, he took one in the hand. That one he took in the knee or somewhere else.
Perez, a cut and a miss.
Keep your right there, kid. Let's go, one.
That one was several feet outside, and Dwarka will advance.
Stand on it. Hey, Cam, shoot out. Put the ball in front.
How did the ball get past?
Oh, you find some green, Marvin.
Throw it back and they threw it away.
Find some green. One.
And there's a called third strike. Perez caught looking, and Feldy gets out of it. The Centaurs get a couple runs in the inning on no base hits. One error, and they will leave one. So 15-4 Lions here as we head to inning number 5 on CCX.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Pitching change for Brooklyn Center as Jesus Lopez will come in to pitch now for the Centaurs. As Brenny goes the first 4 innings for BC.
Alex, good throw. All right, thanks, bro.
Halverson will be the leadoff man for Brooklyn Center. Excuse me, for Ogilvie. Actually, who will not be, it looks like. Trying to make out the number there. You can look at Brenny onto the bench now. Actually, the hitter for will be Riley Lambert leading it off for the Lions.
You're not going to see that a lot, guys, but to adjust on the fly and right away is super important. Yeah, but look, errors every hit. Look at all of our hits. 15. Okay. He thought he was. Oh, we're good. Okay. No, we matched. We were hoping.
Yeah, that looks good.
So we're going to have Riley Lambert stepping up to bat here for Ogilvie, and really no excuse for there to be this much time taken between innings. It's terrible. Umpires have got to step up the pace. This is like double the length of any normal high school baseball game between inning stuff.
I told him summer program.
Batter up.
Let's just play catch now, 2-7.
It's not like it's 85 and sunny.
I just finished my rant, Drew, about that. So we'll see what Riley Lambert can do leading off the 5th.
I'll have to go back and listen to the replay.
Lambert hits the ball nicely. Nice pickup, though. Throw across on a bounce. Going to get through. And Lambert will be aboard here.
Yeah, nice pickup by the third baseman there. Not the strongest of throws. I think he was a little excited that he actually had the ball and came up with it.
Yeah, that's Hawkins down there at third. Got another pinch hitter, looks like, coming up. Pretty well hit ball. Nice pick, but then you see, I thought they still had a chance. If that hop had been okay, they would have still gotten him, but Lambert will reach on the error. And batting now will be Dylan Smith, number 37. Just a bit outside there, and Lambert will advance.
Go 2-7, find that zone, kid.
Ooh, and that one will hit him in the back. So Smith aboard.
Got another viewer we got to say hi to, Wilcox. Our friend John Jacobson's watching the game. He says you're doing a great job. Very proud of you.
I think we may have another pinch hitter here. Michael Beck will come up.
Everybody's getting a chance to hit.
Nothing hurt. Let's go.
Had a big cut, but didn't get it.
Find that zone 2-7. Let's go, kid.
0-1 pitch is outside from Lopez, so ball and a strike here to Beck. Batting in the number 8 spot in the order. Miss with that one, so 2-1.
All you 2-7, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Runners will move up here.
Again, I think Ogilvie's in that position where they get the bottom of the order on bases and bring up the top of the order. That's they've done their damage, and I bet you half their runs have come in that situation where the bottom half of the order gets on via walk or little hits, and then the top half of the order comes in and cleans up.
Fouls that one back into the backstop, and obviously with the 10-run rule, you're in a little bit of a different spot where you don't necessarily want to not score anymore just because there's still a chance Brooklyn Center could extend the game if they're able to string together a few. I mean, you're not really in danger of losing this lead, but at the same time, I think you still have to try and score here or allow these kids to hit.
Yeah, and especially when they're bench players coming in, they're going to do what they can. It's their first chance to score a run of the game. They're going to want to do what they can to score.
And Beck takes a called third strike for the first out. And now Brody Milbrat will be the batter.
Tough pitch, but called third strike. Anything close, you got to protect that plate.
Milbrat doesn't have a hit yet, but he's been on every time. And he's going to get hit by a pitch again.
Yeah.
So they'll be loaded up. That's the second time he's been hit by a pitch. And so the bases will be loaded up. And the hitter will be Josh Bartell, number 90. Batting for Brash at the top of the order. As they come out and talk to Lopez a little bit here.
Yeah, I think you just want to remind them, just throw strikes. You know, you're not going to strike people out all the time. Just throw strikes. Your job is to throw strikes and let them hit the ball. If they get swings and misses, even better. But you know, you're not going to get that unless you're throwing strikes. Calm them down. Tell them a joke.
And that one high and inside, and the Lions will not attempt to score the runs here. One and oh pitch over for a strike here to Bartel.
Bases full. I like that 3-shot. That's good work there.
And a little flare down the right field line. That's going to fall in for a hit. 1 run in. They're going to send the second runner as well. Oh, Bartel knocks in a pair for the Lions right there. Well-placed hit there. I mean, he didn't crush it, but got enough of it to bring the runners around.
Yeah, went off the end of the bat and spun out over the first baseman's head. Kind of in no man's land out there, and right fielder has to track it down and easily gets a couple runs in.
Feldy is the batter. Close one there, taken for a ball. They finally got him out last time as he popped up to the pitcher, Brenny. Otherwise, he'd been on every time.
Yeah, he's been hitting the ball pretty hard.
And this one is hit well into right center field. That'll be in for a hit. Score a run. Feldy digging for 2, and he is going to be in with the double. So he hit that ball nicely there and didn't hesitate to keep rolling there.
Yeah, good solid swing. You could hear the ball off the bat. Just nice, good, solid pop, and he knew he had good contact and drove in that run and hustled down to second base to add to his total base count.
Boberg, the hitter, takes that one up high and in.
Swing the bat.
Did you know? Go get one. Did you know that there's an attraction?
That one high and in, and the runners again will hold as Bartel stays at third, Feldy at second. Sure, that's the word they got from coach, that we're going to do our best to not, score on plays like that. And I mean, it kind of showed too when Bartel got a chance to knock in a couple, because they didn't, attempt to score on a wild pitch or pass ball or whatever before that. So it kind of, not only sportsmanlike to the other team, but also kind of boost your guys' confidence when they can get a good solid hit that scores those runs instead.
Yep, definitely.
Burke will walk here.
Yeah, it's more fun to have a RBI, or 2-run single, than it is to have a runner come in on a pass ball or a wild pitch. And, it's kind of just something, a little thing you build on, and you don't want to, you're at the point where you're done taking extra bases or running up a score.
So Wyatt Hines stepping in here for Ogilvie.
Their coach saying, get your routines down, and that's take that lead, and the leg goes up, get that secondary lead, and be ready to anticipate what happens next.
So 2-0 count here to Hines. Obviously nowhere to put him here as we've got the bases loaded. And with the score, I mean, I think if you get it close, they're going to probably give you the benefit of the doubt on the call, but these last ones have just not been close enough to even consider it to be a strike.
Right.
Hines swings at that one. 2-1. So 3-1 count now.
Anything close, you're going to swing here. And in your normal situation where you're looking to drive a perfect pitch, it's anything close, put it in play.
Yeah, that one's high and away, and it's going to force in a run as he walks.
There we go, Cole. See it driving out by the Cole. Do it yourself, Jesus. Here we go, Jesus.
So, Cole Hurtges batting here for Ogilvie.
Did you buy any Dogecoin, Wilcox? You got any cryptocurrency? No? Do you know what that is?
Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that one much closer, but up high, 2-0. And foul ball there as Lopez came with a strike, and Hurtges just got a piece of it fouling it off. So 2-1. Tapper down the third baseline. It is a fair ball. Everyone will be safe as Feldy comes in to score. It actually hit the third base bag, which made that an easy call to be fair there, obviously. And so Hergis will reach on an infield hit.
Yeah, right down the line, get it right up the bag and off his chest. He wasn't sure where it went.
Do it again. See it driving, bud. Here you go.
So Riley Lambert, who started this inning, will now bat again as they bat it around. Reached on an error to begin this inning. There's a strike. Got 5 runs in this inning and leading at 20-4. I think we're almost to the point where I would tell a hitter you're going to pretty much swing at anything.
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's a foot over your head.
Yeah. Especially after seeing that last pitch, it's, you know, the umpires trying to keep this game going, but you know the pace is kind of slowed down a little bit. You need a pitching change or something like that, I think. Slow this game up.
Ooh, nice breaking ball there from Lopez.
Little junk, I like that.
Froze him in his tracks too, 1-2. 1-2, and a rip and a miss. He might have got a piece, but it's held on to, so now 2 outs. And Dylan Smith will be the batter.
A good part of the crowd still here, cheering on the Centaurs and this nice big looping breaking ball swooping in there.
Smith was hit by a pitch earlier this inning. Hammers it foul, and good decision there by coach, I think, not to try and field that one. You know his kids will be getting on him though that he didn't square that one up and stay down and all that.
Tried to ole it and he's telling his kids he got to get in front of it and knock it down. And there he is out there trying to ole it, and now it hurt.
The whole not having a glove part is a good excuse for him, though, I think, right? Lopez tried to unleash another one of those breaking balls, but that one hung up high.
Right after him, Jesus, all you two, son.
Popped up. This one's going to get out of play over the Ogilvie dugout. One and two as Lopez tries to work out of this 5th inning.
Let's go. Let's go.
Outside with that one.
Plenty of room, 2-7. Let's go, kid. Let's go. See you, Tyron, kid.
And a cut and a miss. But it was far enough out of there that he's going to reach safely.
Up there. Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael.
So Burt comes in to score, and everybody moves up. Smith strikes out, but will reach. And Beck will be the hitter.
We got a situation at the shortstop.
Yeah, looks like Dworka may be a little bit injured. So they're going to switch some people around a little bit, run Glorian Davis out there to the outfield, and then coming in from center, I think it's Morales coming in to play short now.
Big spots come in, bases loaded, late in the game. Yeah, he's definitely limping.
So Beck will be the hitter again here. He struck out earlier in this inning.
See a line shot to center field and get them out of this inning. That'd be great.
Cut and a miss here by Beck. So Smith, I think you could probably make the case he was almost trying to get out here, but he swung it one way over his head.
There was no way he was going to get that ball. Heads up for him to hustle on down to first, though. I think the runner at third was not sure if he was supposed to run in home. I mean, obviously he knew he was supposed to, but he was like, should I just let him tag home?
Yeah, in a normal game, you obviously would have no hesitation, but... And it was almost like one of those where they sort of didn't want to score, but
right.
You almost had to. Back, a rip and a miss. Lopez again, a possibility of one strike away from getting out of this.
Yeah, after a really rough start to this inning, he's actually come back and started to throw some decent strikes. You know, came with that big, slow breaking ball, got a strikeout, and seemed to build his confidence. And now he's actually throwing the fastball with a little bit of accuracy, which is the little things that you want to see them do.
And there's a called third strike. And so Lopez will wiggle out of trouble. 6 more added, though, by the Lions, and they will try to finish off BC in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 21-4 Ogilvie.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Alex Vanderbeck will come on here in the 5th inning for Ogilvie. This is the 6th pitcher that they have used here in the game. And Lopez will lead it off, the 3 spot in the order for BC. Lopez reached on an error the first time up and then struck out last time. And he swung at that one. Kind of didn't mean to, but couldn't hold it up. 1-1. And another swing and a miss there. It's 1-2. That one arguably could have been a strike, so not a bad idea at all to take a cut there. And that one is over the plate for strike 3 as Vanderbeck starting in style with a strikeout here. And Rydberg will be the batter here for Brooklyn Center.
Yeah, good start to the inning for him. After the ball to start, he came back through 3 straight strikes or whatever it was. He came back and started. He's not throwing, doesn't look like he's throwing too hard. He just grooving him in there.
Shoots that one over for a strike.
That's the key. Just throw strikes, especially at this point in the game.
And that's been hard to come by, really, kind of for both teams today. Just that consistency of being able to shoot strikes in there. There's strike 2. He took something off that one, yeah.
This breaking ball left that up in the zone, but again, we haven't seen too many breaking balls, and it's good to see that hit the strike zone.
That one's outside. Anders had a good day with the bat, a single and then a walk. Ooh, sharp breaking ball there, just missed.
It was a nice pitch.
Yeah, those are the kind that, even when it's not a strike, your team is impressed by it. I mean, it just, you're trying to get him to chase, and it had some sharp break to it. And that one is over the outside part for strike 3, and Vanderbeck back-to-back Ks here to begin the 5th, and Silva will get ready to hit for Brooklyn Center.
Yeah, that previous pitch was a good miss. It was a good breaking ball on the inside, and that sets up this outside part of the plate and kind of expanding the zone, but
Silva, a big swing and a miss there. It's interesting, the different angles. From my vantage point behind home plate, I think it maybe did catch the outside corner. It doesn't look like it that much on that shot from, kind of slightly left of center there.
That's true.
That one misses up high. High and tight with that one.
You got it, 1-5. Find it, bud.
Hurry off, girl, you!
There's a strike. So Vanderbeck trying to see if he can't fan the side here. Silva will try and keep it alive here. Rip and a miss, and down he goes on strikes, and Vanderbeck coming in and probably the most impressive inning of any pitcher today. Not even just the results, but the way he threw the ball. So he strikes out the side here in the bottom of the 5th, and the game will come to an end on the 10-run rule. Brooklyn Center still looking for its first win as Ogilvie defeats them by a score of 21-4. Lions now over 500 at 6-5. For Drew Keough and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. That'll do it from BC High School.